Hi there, Chris Rogers here with Channel Insider Canada, and today we've got a look at the Samsung Galaxy S3. This is Samsung's newest Android smartphone, and it carries Android 4.0, also known as Ice Cream Sandwich. And it also features Samsung's new TouchWiz UI. That's the sort of the user interface that's specific to Samsung Android phones. And it's called Nature. So it's got these, you can sort of see the ripples effects that are happening when you tap this. So it's sort of incorporating all these sort of nature-esque elements into the UI design. Anyway, it all turns out to be a pretty interesting phone. So design-wise, Samsung has gone obviously very thin. This is a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED display. It's a pen tile. It also has a 720 by 1280 resolution, so it's 306 pixels per inch, so it's a incredibly sharp display. It's also very thin. It weighs I think 133 grams. So looking at the sides, you got the volume rocker here, micro USB. You've got your lock button here, and 8 megapixel camera on the back, as well as 3.5-inch standard headphone jack, or millimeter standard headphone jack. So the back actually pops off of this smartphone, unlike a lot of flagship devices, and you can remove the battery. So it's really a nice feature to have, because smartphone batteries tend to wear out after a while, and so it's great to not have to send it back to the manufacturer for battery replacement. So that's a nice feature. Anyway, if we go to the, I don't have the lock screen installed, so if we go open it up, so this Samsung Galaxy S3 is packing a 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor, 2 gigs of RAM on the North American version, 16 gig internal storage. It's expandable with SDX card, micro SD cards, up to I think 64 gigabytes. Let's take a look at the camera. Oh, yeah, it's got lots of, Samsung has installed lots of tips for the new smartphone users, so if we can pull that up again. Tap and drag, hold icon. So everything is also pretty editable. There's a, let me just snap to take a picture. And it does some pretty high, this is the highest resolution setting it does, and it does take pictures pretty quickly. We can set it up to video. There's some flash settings on and off, so we can power away with the flash. And then there's all our pictures there. So you know what, it's a decent camera. The sharing options are right there. So there's, share to Dropbox or Picasa. You can Gmail it right there. So a lot of standard features included with the standard camera app. Access to the Play Store, Twitter's here, all your favorite Android apps. So what are some of the other things that this phone does that are unique? Well, one of the things that was really touted was this S Voice. So it's very much like the voice recognition software on another smartphone, but
very well, I won't send it.
Hi Galaxy. What's the best smartphone?
I can't decide, but you can find more information about smartphones online.
So that's really interesting. Hi Galaxy. Search smartphones online.
Web search smartphones on.
Okay, right. So that's S-Voice. I can set some appointments. It's not too bad at doing that kind of thing. So what do I like about this phone? Well, the phone's screen is extremely crisp. It's very responsive. Games play well on it. The camera's gorgeous. Samsung's default apps are pretty useful, and I don't find this UI to be as intrusive as some other people have commented on it. The one thing I don't like about the UI is that there's this great big bar that sort of here tells you which screen you're on, and it takes up a lot of space. I mean, there's a room for a whole other row of icons on the front page if they just keep this bar down to a minimum or just take it away altogether. It's kind of annoying, but I mean, these are really, you really have to search to find faults with this phone. These buttons down here are very unobtrusive and disappear when you're not using them. Comes loaded with lots of different apps, although it's of Google Play so enabled, so it's really easy to pick up your favorite ones. As far as default security features go, there is a whole menu dedicated to them, so you can turn the screen lock on, lock screen options, owner information, so you can encrypt the device, encrypt the SD card. There's remote controls, SIM card locks and passwords, and device administrators and trusted credentials, all sorts of great security options, so that shouldn't be a problem for anybody looking to really secure their phone. One thing about the Samsung UI that's kind of nice is that you can just keep swiping around in circles. You don't ever have to swipe back and forth, figure out which homepage you were looking for. So after using the Samsung Galaxy S3 for about a month now, it's difficult to find fault with it. There's some minor UI things that I think could be adjusted, but the S Voice, it's voice recognition software and is pretty tell-all for where the industry is at right now with that. I mean, it works sometimes, most of the time, but this also has a few shortcomings. I mean, that's really it. If you're looking for an Android phone that's responsive, that's future-proof to some degree with the specs on the inside, I mean, it's running the latest version of Android. This is a pretty good choice. Some people won't like Samsung's Nature Touch UI, but like I say, it pretty much keeps out of the way, and there's lots of helpful hints for newbies to Android in here. So overall, this is a great phone that anybody in the market for an Android phone should consider.